Welcome to the Powerline Podcast, the official podcast of GreyStone Power. I'm your host, Emily Young, and today we're talking about power restoration work in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. So, let's get started on episode 48 of the Powerline Podcast. Hurricane Helene made landfall September 26th as a Category 4 hurricane. It swept across multiple states, including Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Tennessee. In its path, it left devastation in many communities, with some utilities experiencing power outages for all or nearly all of their service area. Thankfully, crews had been prepping and linemen were sent in from all over the country to help, some traveling even as far as from Canada. GreyStone Power sent several crews to EMCs in Georgia to help restore power, including Excelsior EMC and Satilla EMC. Today, I'm here with line foremen Clyde Hatfield and Matt Williams, who helped Satilla EMC with power restoration. Clyde and Matt, welcome to the podcast. Tell us a little about your role at GreyStone.
I'm Matt Williams. I've been here going on 25 years. I'm a line foreman. What I do on a daily basis is go out and work on the lines, maintenance to the lines, catch trouble, stuff like that.
I'm Clyde Hatfield, line foreman, going on 18 years. I oversee an overhead line crew.
Matt, this is your second time on the podcast. It's great to have you back. Clyde, this is your first time on the podcast, right? What were you most excited about while preparing for the episode?
Something new to do.
Today's episode is about the Hurricane Helene restoration. Thankfully, GreyStone was not hit very hard, and less than 5% of our members lost power. We were prepared for the worst, and those members were back online that Friday, September 27th. Unfortunately, other co-ops weren't as lucky. To help aid these less fortunate co-ops, GreyStone sent some linemen to a couple different EMCs. Why did you guys choose to volunteer to help out?
It's always nice to go out and help people out. People appreciate you, want you there. It's just a good thing to be able to help people in a time of need.
I mentioned that you guys helped Satilla EMC. Where are they located, and what is the terrain like in that area?
Satilla's down in South Georgia, and they're in several different counties. I think they said they was in 9 different counties. Don't hold me to that, but their terrain is flat, a lot of peanut crops, a bunch of cropland down there.
What were the damages like? How many broken poles did you see?
To be honest with you, there's too many to count, broke poles, but, it's probably one of the worst storms I've ever been on, that far off the coast, and see the destruction like it was. Just the power lines were just destroyed from trees. It fell on, broke poles. It was just, they were in a bad shape down there.
What all goes into the restoration process? What does a day consist of?
We started at 5 a.m. We went 16 plus hours a day. You get up, get ready, load stuff up, go out to the jobs you do, and then come back and just get ready for the next day. Do it all over again.
What are the living conditions like? I've heard of some linemen who have to sleep in tents with lots of other first responders, especially in places that were completely devastated and without power.
The sleeping arrangements wasn't the best in the world, but like me and Clyde, we actually slept in our trucks just because the tents are so crowded and a lot of noise, and it's not the best conditions, but it'll get the job done, and you eat in tents, you shower in trailers. But at the end of the day, you get somewhere to lay your head down and get somewhere to bathe. So it's still nice just to go down there and be able to help people in time of need.
It's dangerous being a lineman. What all do you have to watch out for? And it's even more dangerous during or after storms. For example, when trees fall on power lines.
Yeah, it's dangerous in conditions like that because you got trees hanging up in other trees, and you're out there working. The trees that are hung up could fall. You got to be aware of stuff like that, and it's just a bad situation to be working in at the end of the day. So you got to be careful. You can't just pay attention to what you're working on. You got to pay attention to the hazards surrounding you, the traffic, people, coming by you. We actually had a vehicle hit one of our trucks when we was down there. So, it's a dangerous situation, not just dealing with the work on hand, the public, and the hazards around us.
We know some of these co-op members in other parts of the state have experienced outages for weeks. Did you have any interactions with people who had been out of power for an extended period of time?
Yeah, we did. We dealt with people, Be honest with you, we didn't really deal with no disgruntled consumers down there. Everybody's very nice to us. The co-op took care of us. We had a lot of people stopping to ask if we needed drinks, food. People were very good to us at the end of the day down there.
Thank you for all your hard work. We really appreciate the linemen. Now, can you give us a glimpse into the life at GreyStone? What's your guys' favorite part about working here?
You know, the family atmosphere of what we're trying to build at GreyStone. I mean, GreyStone's a great place to work. They treat us good, you know, and we got a lot of moving parts going on in our area right now. So it's been a great experience. So my 25 years here, and but things are looking up for GreyStone.
Like Matt said, we're headed in a good direction, and GreyStone altogether is like family.
Thank you guys so much for being here today. Okay, so we always ask everybody the same last question. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our members?
Just, you know, thank them for everything they do for us, you know, and just, you know, we appreciate them. If it wasn't for the members, we wouldn't have jobs, so we appreciate them.
Unfortunately, we're all out of time for today's episode. Make sure to check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X, formerly Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, available on our website, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us for episode 48. We'll catch you next time on the Powerline Podcast.